This is lesson 2 of our spreadsheet design calculator, and today we're going to specifically look at a little bit of validation, including a lookup table. So before we move forward with that, let's have a bit of knowledge recall, and you need to answer the 4 questions about knowledge that we've covered previously. So you need to be able to answer what is a cell reference, you need to be able to answer what is an active cell, what is animation, and name 2 web browsers. So you might want to pause the video and answer those questions before moving on. Okay, thinking back about our spreadsheet, last lesson we managed to look at what the software does, how to input data and to format cells. What we've not covered yet is how to use a function to manipulate data, and that's the bit we're going to look at today. So last week you should have got to this stage with your spreadsheet. I'm just going to open up my spreadsheet, which is the same. So hopefully you've got something like my spreadsheet from last week. It's obviously in Google Sheets. To open this up, I just clicked on the 9 dots in the top right corner that look like a square, and clicked on Sheets, and then I was able to find my spreadsheet. It might be called Untitled Spreadsheet. It would be worth just naming your spreadsheet in the top here, just to help find it in future. So now it's named, so when it automatically saves, it will save with that name. So this is the spreadsheet we've got so far, and what we're now looking for you to do is to create a drop down menu. So looking at the PowerPoint slide, we're creating the drop down menu, and that means that we can choose from high top, running or skate trainer. So what I'm going to do here is go to cell 04, click in 04, cell at the top here, and I'm just going to write high top. So that's the type of trainer. I'm also going to have a running trainer and a skate trainer, a skate shoe. So that's the information. I can just draw a box around those. I might go to the outside box here. So I've got that. I can do exactly the same for the colours of the trainer: blue, green and red. And again, I can put an outside box around those 3 just to separate them up a little bit. And then when it comes to the colour of the shoelaces, I can have black, gold or multicolours. Now the information there, once again, I can put in a table with an outside box, just like that. So you can create that information in your spreadsheet. So that's what you're looking to do, just like it is created there. So the next bit after that is we're going to create a drop down list, so that in our design we can select an item from the table that's going to get that information. So I'm going to show you how to do that in Google Sheets. And the way we do that is I select the information where the drop down menu is going, so it's in this style box, that's what I want, and I can click data and then data validation. And what I'm doing is finding that information from a list from a range. So I need to make sure this is selected, list from a range. There's different options, but list from a range, and then I can tell it where to find that information from. So I'm clicking on this cell here. Just make sure that cell is being clicked. So in here, and then I select the options that I want. So that's high top, running and skate, and it's selected those, so I can click OK. And then again I can just click save. So what I now have is these drop down menus here. So for the style I can just choose running, or one of those options there. And what I can do for colour, I can do exactly the same. I can click on data, data validation, and choose the information that I'm looking for here. So I'm looking from a list from a range, and my range is going for these numbers here, or these colours, and click OK and click save. So now I can choose the colour being green. Now I'm going to get you to do the laces, that's for you to do, but what I can do is just select this information I can copy, and in here I can just press Control V to paste that information in. Again, for design C, Control V. So I've got that information copied to the other designs, and that's created my drop down menu for the different types of trainer that I want to create. So that's good so far. Our next stage, that's how we did the data validation, if you just need a recap there. Our next stage, once we've copied it for the other options, is looking to create a formula. So formulas are instructions to the software to complete mathematical actions on the data we have input, and examples of that include adding, subtracting, finding averages, and so on. Now what you need to remember is that all formulas start with the equal symbol, and that tells the spreadsheet that it is going to be a formula. And the other thing you need to be aware of is the cell names. So we did this with cell names last time, and this top corner cell here where I've got design calculator for trainers, that is cell A1. So let's have a look at this. The second thing we need to do, if we go back to our PC screen, is we need to name this bit of information here. So well, first of all we need to add the pricing information. So high top trainers are £59.99. For running trainers they're going to be £49.99, and for skate shoes they're going to be £54.99. So you can put that information. Blue is going to be £14.99, greens are £16.99, and red is £12.99, and black laces are £4.99, the gold laces are £8.99, and the multicoloured laces are £7.99. So again, I can just, if I had time, format this a little bit more so that it looks a little bit neater. I'm going to leave this for you to do, to format your cells and so on. Now looking at these first cells here, the 07 to the P9, I want to name this range of cells. So I've selected those, and up in this corner here, name box, I'm just going to call this style 1 and press enter. So that's now named style 1. When I select these 9 cells, it's not got a name at the moment, but if I go back and select my first, not 9 cells, 6 cells, first cells, I get style 1. So you will need to name this second range of cells, and that's going to be style 2, and likewise the third range of cells you can call style 3. So that's collected those cells together when we're looking at them. And then what we're looking to do is, when we go back to the PowerPoint slide, we've named our cell range, we're looking to create a function, and as I've said, functions can do different things like sums and averages, find the minimum and the maximum value of cells. We're going to create one now called a VLOOKUP, and what it's doing is looking for information in a table, and we've created a table with the pricing of the different types of trainer. So if we look at the example on the screen, it's a VLOOKUP of B8, which is where it's got a high top written here. So then we're looking in the style 1 table that we've created, and we're telling it to look at the second column in there. So it's going to find the cost for the high top trainer. So let's go back to the spreadsheet in Google Sheets. So I'm going to look for the information in this cell, in this table, and display it here. So I need to tell it where I want my answer to appear first. So that's why I've clicked on C8. That's where I want the answer. And I need to go to a function, which is the FX button in the top corner here. So I click this, and the function, what I'm doing is, it's going to let me insert function, and I'm looking for a VLOOKUP. So it's not here straight away. I can go to lookup, and I've got a VLOOKUP. So I've got VLOOKUP, and the information I'm looking for, I've clicked in the brackets, is what answer am I looking for? This one here, B8. So I've clicked that, B8, comma, then where I'm looking for the information. So I'm looking for the information from style 1, those cells there. So I've just selected those, and then I can press comma, and then I can press 2 because it's looking for the second column in there. I could change my cell range here to style 1 if I wanted to. So I'm just pressed enter, and it's come up with the answer £49.99 for the running shoe. If I change this to high top, my answer, it's looked it up in the table and found £59.99, and again if I change this to skate, it's going to find £54.90. So I will need to format this currency here. I can do it in this one. I can format it to currency, and then I've got the information that I require. So that's how to do a VLOOKUP in Google Sheets. It's slightly different to the example that you see on the screen for this, because this is the Excel version, but I've shown you in the video how to do that in the Google Sheets version. So you'll need to do a VLOOKUP for colour and for laces, and you'll need to do that for design 2 and design 3. Now once you've done it for design 1, you can select those cells, you can right click and copy, and again you can go to design 2 and control V. It doesn't find the VLOOKUP, so you are going to have to type those VLOOKUPs yourself for design 2 and design 3. In Excel it would have copied those over for you. Just having a look. There might be an option to do that. You might have to experiment to see what you can do in there. So hopefully you've now got an understanding of how VLOOKUP works, and you can save your work in your ePortfolio. So you need to put a screenshot of your work into that to be able to show what you've learnt to do today. The other thing that you need to be able to do is show your formula view. So we've seen here our data view. You can do a screenshot of that and put that in your ePortfolio. But if you click on view, show formula, then it shows the formulas that you've created, and that's showing the evidence of your work today. So that was view, show formula. It just changes between the data view and the formula view. So I'll show that again on the computer screen. We've got view, show formula, and it just changes this cell here so we can see the formula, and view, show formula, that's where it's swapping between the two different views. So again, make sure you send all your work to your teacher using evidence in your ePortfolio, and good luck with creating your VLOOKUPs.